Last quarter, this marketer watched 9 out of 10 emails vanish into the void. 0 opens, 0 clicks, 0 sales. Then they switched to the AIDA framework, and within 30 days, their open rates jumped 40% and revenue percent tripled. Today, I'm handing you the complete 2026 playbook for the AIDA framework. Attention, interest, desire, action, the same psychology-driven structure quietly outperforming every email tactic this year. Stick with me, because the closing CTA breakdown alone could double your conversions. Before we dive in, let's get aligned on what AIDA actually is. The AIDA framework is a psychology-rooted marketing model that walks your reader through 4 predictable stages. First, you grab attention with a bold subject line. Then you spark interest with personalized content. Next, you build desire through benefits and testimonials. And finally, you drive action with a crystal-clear call to action. Originally conceived by St. Elmo Lewis way back in 1898, this model is still beating most modern tactics because human psychology hasn't changed. Only the inboxes have. Let's start at the top with attention. Microsoft's famous attention study found the average human now has an 8-second attention span, shorter than a goldfish. That means your subject line has roughly half a breath to convince someone to click open. Forget clever puns that nobody gets. Use power words, personalization tags with first names, and subject lines under 50 characters. Campaign Monitor reports emails with personalized subject lines are 26% more likely to be opened. Pair that with a header image that visually pops and you've cleared the first hurdle. Attention captured, now you need to keep interest alive. This is where most marketers start rambling about features and their readers bounce. Don't do that. Instead, open with a relatable story, a surprising stat, or a sharp question that makes them nod along. The post cites emails between 50 and 125 words as the engagement sweet spot, so keep it tight. Think of this section as the trailer to the movie. You're not selling yet, you're building a reason to keep reading. Use short paragraphs, bullet points, and one bold idea per scroll. Now, the magic happens in desire. This is where you shift from what your product does to how it changes your customer's life. Highlight benefits over features every single time. Did you know Bright Local found 72% of consumers say positive reviews increase their trust in a business? That's why testimonials, before and after case studies, and specific transformation stories hit so hard here. Use real numbers. Sarah went from 0 to 500 subscribers in 90 days beats our tool is great by a mile. Create the emotional itch, and they'll start scratching toward your offer. Finally, action, the moment of truth. Your call to action needs to be unmissable, unambiguous, and urgent. Skip soft phrases like click here and use direct commands. Download now. Get started today. Claim your 40% discount before midnight. Unbounce's research shows A/B testing different CTAs can boost conversions by up to 49%, so always test. Make your button a contrasting color that doesn't appear anywhere else in the email and place it above the fold, plus repeat it at the bottom. One email, one job, one action. So why is AA non-negotiable for serious email marketers in 2026? HubSpot data says businesses using structured email strategies see a 36% higher return on investment than those winging it. The framework gives you a repeatable system instead of guessing. Whether you're sending a welcome sequence, a product launch, or a re-engagement campaign, AIDA plugs in cleanly. It scales with your list size, works across B2B and B2C, and plays perfectly with AI tools now flooding the marketing space. Structure beats vibes every single time. Let's talk money, because AIDA makes your existing email budget work harder. The Data and Marketing Association reports email marketing returns an average of £38 for every £1 spent. That's a 38 times ROI, crushing nearly every other channel. But that headline number hides a dirty secret. Most businesses only capture a fraction of it because their emails aren't structured to convert. AIDA plugs that leak. You're not spending more, you're just making the same send actually land, get opened, and drive purchases. Here's where 2026 gets exciting. AI personalization stacked on top of AIDA. Tools like MailChimp, HubSpot, and ActiveCampaign now use machine learning to predict optimal send times, generate subject line variants, and dynamically insert content blocks based on each subscriber's behavior. The post notes personalization alone can boost open rates by 14%, according to Aberdeen Group. Layer AIDA's proven structure on top of that, and you've got a campaign that's both psychologically sound and individually tailored. The future isn't choosing between human psychology and AI, it's combining them. Theory is great, but let's ground this in results. The blog cites a real SaaS company that implemented the AIDA framework into their email marketing campaigns and increased conversion rates by 35%. They didn't change their product, their pricing, or their traffic. They just restructured their emails. Better subject lines for attention, value-packed storytelling for interest, transformation-focused testimonials for desire, and a single bold CTA for action. That single strategic shift unlocked more revenue than redesigning their entire website. If a SaaS brand can do it, so can you. Now let's build your campaign step by step, starting with planning. Open a doc and write down the single specific action you want readers to take. Not engage with our brand, but book a 15-minute demo call or purchase the $60 starter kit. Then reverse engineer each AIDA stage to support that exact goal. A campaign designed around a vague objective produces vague results. A campaign with one clear target mapped through 4 predictable stages produces measurable revenue. Decide the destination before you build the road. Step 2, the subject line deserves its own scene because it's that important. You have under 3 seconds before the average user decides to open, archive, or trash. Use numbers. 5 ways to double your revenue outperforms ways to grow your business. Use curiosity gaps like the one mistake killing your conversions. Use urgency sparingly so it doesn't lose impact. Tools like CoSchedule's Headline Analyzer score your subject lines on balance, length, and emotional pull. A/B test at least 3 variants per send and let the data pick the winner. Step 3 is where the interest stage lives, so let's craft your body copy. The blog recommends 50 to 125 words per email for peak engagement, shorter than you think, I know. Lead with the reader's pain point in the first sentence, then position your content as the bridge to a solution. Use 1 bold idea per email, not 5. Add a single supporting image or graphic. Cut every word that doesn't earn its place. The marketers who win in 2026 are ruthless editors, not prolific writers. Step 4, building desire, is where emotion meets evidence. Stack 3 layers. 1 customer testimonial with a specific result, 1 before and after case study with real numbers, and 1 sentence painting the reader's life after they buy. Paint a picture so vivid they can almost feel it. Imagine checking your dashboard Monday morning and seeing 3 new high-ticket clients. That's desire. Logic got them to open the email, but emotion is what gets them to click your CTA. Use both in that order. Step 5, the call to action, where you actually make money. The blog hammers this, don't be vague. Learn more is a wish, not a CTA. Use direct, action-oriented commands tied to a clear value exchange. Download the free 30-page guide Outperforms Click Here every time. Place your primary button above the fold, repeat it once at the bottom, and use a contrasting color that isn't anywhere else in the email. Add microcopy near the button reinforcing the benefit. Yes, I want more clients. And watch your click-through rate climb. But it's not all smooth sailing, so let's tackle the 3 biggest challenges. Challenge 1, attention erosion. Litmus reports 46% of email opens happen on mobile, but most marketers still design on a desktop monitor. Flip your process. Design for mobile first, then scale up. Use a single column layout, fonts at least 16 pixels, and tap targets no smaller than 44 by 44 pixels. If your email looks broken on a phone, none of your brilliant AIDA work matters because the reader never gets past the formatting fail. Challenge 2, personalization at scale. Manually crafting thousands of unique emails sounds impossible, and honestly, it is. That's where segmentation and automation save you. Split your list by behavior, demographics, or purchase history. MailChimp, HubSpot, and Klaviyo let you build dynamic blocks that swap content based on each subscriber's tag. Aberdeen Group found personalization lifts open rates by 14% and click rates by 10%. You don't need 1,000 emails. You need 3 or 4 segment-specific versions, each running through the AID stages with tailored hooks. Challenge 3, tracking and optimization, is where amateur marketers stop and professionals thrive. Track 3 core metrics religiously: open rate, click-through rate, and conversion rate. Set benchmarks: 20% opens, 2 to 5% clicks, and 1 to 3% conversions are solid starting ranges. Use UTM parameters on every link so you know exactly which email drove which sale. Then run quarterly reviews asking which subject lines won, which CTAs converted, which segments engaged most. Each campaign should be smarter than the last, and that only happens with measurement.